Hey YouTube, it's Lauren. How you guys doing? Today's video is gonna be kind of like an extension of my last video. It's things that I see, common mistakes, things not to do. Because like when you're a new nurse and you're coming into long-term care and you're on orientation, the nurses that have been there kind of want you to do things their way, so then you don't blow up their spot and you don't like change things. So they'll be like, this is how we do it, blah blah blah, but I need you to know things not to do, because I feel like on orientation a lot of times the whatever you want to call it, the experienced nurses, the ones that have been there, done that like for years and years, they what was I gonna say, they justify things and they make it seem like normal to do certain things. So we're gonna go over them things. And for you guys that don't know me, my name is Lauren. I went from CNA to RN, but in between there I got my LPN. I did CNA, I think I started in 2005, got my LPN in 2011, got my RN in 2023. So I'm a new RN. I haven't done any hospital or anything. I did school nursing. I did mostly all long-term care and some school nursing. Did school nursing through this agency when I first got my RN and I was like between jobs. So that's me. I basically talk on long-term care. I have point-click care videos. Just tips and stuff for long-term care basically, and unit manager, because I have since I gotten my RN, like I've been trying to stay unit manager and not do floor nurse. Unless I'm in the hospital, then I'll do floor nurse. Definitely got to start at the bottom at the hospital, because I have no idea. Like, I know a little bit about med surg from clinicals, know a little bit about ER from clinicals, but there's just no way I can jump to management in there. But I do like management. So if you're interested in, anyway, getting off topic here, if you're interested in any of those topics, hit like, hit subscribe, and go check out my channel. So common mistakes that I see. First one is leaving meds at the bedside. Oh my gosh. It's tempting, because certain patients, they're gonna wake up at certain time, they're gonna take it. But the thing is, you don't really know. If you're not there, if I'm a judge or you're in a court of law, you don't really know what happened to them meds. Even if the patient says, yeah, I took them. You don't know. You don't know if, and then this happens with difficult patients. They're just like, leave them there, I'll take them later. And they're just like, no, I'll take them later, I'll take them when I'm good and ready. And it's like, no, it doesn't really work like that. Like, I can't just leave the meds at the bedside. I'm so sorry. I would love to do that, but I just can't. I could get in trouble for that. That's all you tell the patient. If they refuse to take it on your time, then that needs to be documented, and you need to tell the doctor as soon as you can. Like, preferably like in that med pass. And then if the doctor's in the building or the MP is in the building and they're really cool like that, and a lot of them are, like, they might come through and like, hey, what's going on? Why aren't you taking your meds? Or you could ask the unit manager to go in there. hey, what's going on? Why aren't you taking your meds? Like, they might know how to deal with that patient. So on orientation, if a nurse says, look, this is how we do it with this patient, like, everybody knows, it doesn't matter what they're telling you on orientation, because you know what you learned in nursing school. You do not leave meds at the bedside. Patient, like, if you're a new nurse, you're dealing with patients you don't know. You don't know if deep down that patient is suicidal and they're saving up their meds and they're just gonna pop them all. And even if they do die unexpectedly like that, are you ever gonna know if they actually committed suicide? Who knows? But you don't know. Like, you gotta think of the worst case scenario, and like what I just said is the worst case scenario. That's why they say you can't leave them at the bedside. Like, another patient might wander in and take the meds and put them in their pocket and then eat them later like candy. You do not know what is going to happen once you walk away from them meds. All right? Like, you don't know. Don't leave them at the bedside. I don't care what that nurse said and how credible she seems. If she's telling you to do that, she's in bad habits. Okay? So do not leave the meds at the bedside. That's the first thing. Second thing, when you're on orientation, and I've seen it with orientees. Like, I did card nurse for like 13 years. Like, I've had so many orientees. Okay, so the thing I see, and this is why you're on orientation, like, so you can learn about the job, learn about how you do med pass, and try and get the hang of it, and know what to work on, and also know how to do the job, the facilities policies and stuff. That's a whole other video, where to find policies and procedures, because if you are in court, you better been following policy. Oh my gosh, that's a whole other video. So what I see is the nurses aren't reading the whole order. It'll say Seroquel 25 milligrams, give 2 tabs in the AM. But the nurse only pop out 1 tab. So it's like, yo, like, you missed the 2 tabs. So read the order all the way through. You know what I mean? And another thing is, you might see metoprolol 25, and a 25 milligram tablet is in the drawer, but you didn't read the order, and it actually says metoprolol 25 milligrams, give half tab. So you gave them too much. Because sometimes, which this shouldn't happen, sometimes the old order is sitting in the drawer. Like, the actual med is sitting there. And then you're like, oh, metoprolol 25 milligrams. Bam. That's what I'm supposed to be giving. It's popping up for 9 a.m. Bam, you pop it. No. It says give half a tab. So that would be 12.5. Just read the whole order through. I've seen that basically in every orientation. Now, that might be nerves, like, because it's really uncomfortable when you're an orientee and you got a nurse standing over you. It's uncomfortable. It's like you can't think straight. It's kind of like the state. It's not as bad as the state, because if you make a mistake, it's like, oh well, I'll just get it right next time, no problem. As long as you don't make a mistake on the patient, then it's a problem. So the third thing is ID your patient. Y'all, at my last job, I had this patient. She would wander into somebody's room and just be in their bed. Like, we would have to go room to room looking for this patient sometimes. It's like, everybody drop what you're doing and find this patient. Like, it wasn't like that. But it was like, we knew we just saw her. So it's like, we have to go on the hallway and find where she is. Because, like, we all know, like, she was just right here. Like, these patients dip in rooms and just get in bed and go to sleep. Like, so if you walk in and it's like you're giving meds to freaking, I don't know, Jane Doe, and it looks like Jane Doe, like, identify your patient. Don't just say, like, oh, because they might answer to you. Like, you have to, if they have dementia, they have to have a name in, or you have to identify them with the picture. Because some of the dementia patients be like, yeah, that's me. And no, it's not them. Like, make sure, or like go in with like a regular CNA, regular meaning they're full-time on that unit. And they can tell you, no, that's not the patient. That patient is over there sitting in the hallway. This is some patient who's supposed to be on unit whatever. You know what I mean? Like, identify your patient. And also, like, who knows? Like, I've never seen this happen, but what if there was a room change? And it's like a female bed, so a new female's in the computer, but the old female's in the computer, but it's a new female in the bed, and you're coming along at 3 p.m. doing your 5 o'clock med pass, you know what I mean? Well, you're not doing the 5 o'clock at 3, but I'm saying, like, that's, you come on 3 to 11, and you think that's the patient, but you have to identify that patient for sure. Definitely. Also, like if you're an agency or you're new to that unit and you don't quite know everyone, like, you have to, like, if you see a door shut, like, you have to knock on the door. And, like, knock, open a little, wait. And if they don't say nothing, now you gotta go in and see, are they okay? Are they there? And then, is this my patient that I'm looking for? Because we're not talking to anybody until we know who we're talking to. We're not giving meds to anybody until we know who we're giving meds to. So definitely respect their privacy. Like, in long-term care, knock. In hospitals too, but in long-term care, it's like, it's their house, it's their home, it's not a hospital. Like, they have to have their privacy. The last thing I see people doing, like, it'll be a dementia patient maybe, and like, whatever kind of staff member, I don't care, dietary, like CNA, LPN, RN, unit manager, DON, like, they'll just start pushing the wheelchair with the patient in it, and the patient's like, yo, where are you taking me? Like, don't do that. Like, I hate when people do that. Like even a dementia patient, like, somebody who just sits there and chills and they're just like, go with the flow, like, still let them know, like, hey, we gonna go to your room, okay? Like, they still deserve that respect. There's other patients, like, I had a patient, trach, peg tube, just colostomy, just Foley, like, the whole nine. Laid in the bed, and his eyes would look at you. Like, he would communicate through his eyes. And he can't really, like, he can push you away a little bit, but like, he kind of like goes with the flow. So with that patient, like, that type of patient, you always be like, hey, hello, so-and-so, like, we gonna get changed, or I'm gonna check your brief, I'm gonna make sure you're dry, or I'm gonna do your wound care, okay? The wound on your foot, like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put, and then look at them, see if they're objecting, and, you know, like, just treat them like human beings. Like, I see people do the initial, hey, we're gonna get you ready, and then they just start doing stuff. And it's like, the patient might be like, yeah, like putting my arm in my shirt, like going with the flow, but they're like irritated, or you don't know how they're feeling. So definitely, like, always treat everybody the same. It's kind of like standard precautions. You can't look at somebody and know, oh, they got HIV, oh, they got Hep C, like, I better put on my gloves and do X, Y, and Z. Like, no. Like, you treat everybody the same. Standard precautions. Like, it's the same thing with respect. You treat everybody the same. You knock on everybody's doors. Keep good habits. I say this all the time on my channel. Like, we gotta keep good habits. And then, like, you're not switching. Like, oh, I have to be, like, this way with one person, and then this person, oh, I could do whatever. Like, no. Be the same for every patient. Like, you've nothing to worry about. And then I've seen another thing is just popped in my head. Like, if a patient gets smart with you, they might call you every name in the book. You know, they might give you a racial slur. They might call you, like, whatever kind of sunny name. You know what I mean? And they might be totally rude. And it's like, sir, you know, always start with, sir, I'm gonna bring you your meds. Or, sir, please don't talk to me like that. Like, you have to stay professional. Like, do not, I see this sometimes, do not go back and forth with a patient. Don't get in an argument with the patient. You know what I mean? If it starts like they're literally not taking what you have to say, like, and they're like, no, I want my pills. It's like, look, I'm gonna go get the supervisor, okay? Like, because they're not responding to you. So, and by the time you walk away and come back, it might have passed. So try that too. Walk away. Say, sir, I'm going to excuse myself. I'll be right back. Lock your cart. Make sure everything's good. Come back in like literally 1 minute. They might have walked off once they realize like they're not going to get you to get mad. And some people are trying to get you mad. Some people have dementia and they really are confused. And some people are whatever. That's not for you to worry about. All you need to worry about is just be professional. You're not going to go back and forth with the patient and like be having all this body language and stuff. Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I've seen it before. And it's like where you got to tell the person, like, calm down. Like, I'm talking about the staff member. Like, tell them calm down. Like, because the patient's literally like, that's just part of our job. Like, if you literally get mad at patients, then I don't know if you should be in this profession, because you can't get mad at patients. Like, you can't. You gotta stay like totally professional, and just like, they can literally call me any name in a book. Like, I'd be like, okay, sir, I'm gonna step away because you're not responding to anything I'm saying. I'm just gonna step away. You know, ask somebody out, like, come back to them in a half hour, try and give them their meds, or, you know, or if they're demanding meds, give them their meds. Give them what they want. Some people will tell you, no, don't give them their meds. They da-da-da. Like, they do this every day. Like, don't do that. Da-da-da. No. You stay professional. If that patient wants their meds and you can do it, just give them their meds. They'll go away. It's fine. What are you going to do if the state's there? Go back and forth with them? No. Like, it's not that deep. Like, people make it deep. Like, and I think those are the people that need to get new jobs or something. Like, yo, no, I'm just gonna give them their meds. Like, I'm not here to teach nobody lessons or anything. Like, I'm gonna give them their meds. You know what I mean? Like, don't always stay professional. That's all I'm trying to say. Always stay professional, because some people just get mad, and don't do that. Alright, so that is basically it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, then hit like, hit subscribe. I would appreciate it so much. Bye, guys.